Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with a Vintage Masters draft. We'll see if this one will actually record. Let's see here on this pack. I like to go goblins. I like to go black-red goblins in this format. I hear that tokens are actually good. We got a Battle Screech, which does seem like the either between Chainer's Edict here and the Battle Screech looks like it's going to be the most powerful card. I mean, I do like Sheer Prospector, but of course it's not a first pick. Deep Analysis is very good as well. We got a couple fixers. I'm not going to take a fixers this high. The rare isn't very good. It's with reanimations, it's okay, but 8 mana is very steep. So I think the clear pick is Battle Screech. Battle Screech is one of the best commons in the set, so we'll take it. And maybe we'll try to go like a green white token strategy. But now on our uncommon, we have this Hymn to Torak, which is extremely powerful. There's also a Solar Blast. Huge fan of this, even though it's just a lightning bolt for 4 mana. In this format, it's actually very good. We have the Avamai Elder as well, which is very good ramp. And you also get to, well, he actually puts him in, it's just very good card advantage. You get to put two lands in your hand, and you can sacrifice him to draw a card. So you get lots of advantage out of him. Simian Grunts is really good, a 3/4 for 3, and then Echo. There's also the Beetleback Chief, which we could actually go the red-white token strat, and I might end up going that. I mean, Hymn to Torak, though, is very, very hard for me not to go, as it is just a really, really good card. But if we take the Beetleback Chief, we have a strategy with tokens, and we can... Yeah, I'm thinking that this is the right pick. Yeah, I'm going to take it over the Hymn to Torak, and I hope I don't kick myself later, because black is one of my favorite strategies. There is the black Flame Rift in the set, the one that either you can vote to sacrifice a creature or do 4 damage. Now, I'm glad I did go to red because we get this amazing Chain Lightning, but a Tendrils of Agony is in here as well, which would have been really great with a black Hymn to Torak. But I think Chain Lightning is a little more powerful than Tendrils of Agony. Tendrils of Agony a lot of times can do, in limited format, can do 4, 6, 8 damage a lot of times. Sometimes you just can get it off for 2, but even 2 life gaining 2 life and make your opponent losing 2 life for 4 mana is not bad. Chimeric Idol is not bad. Yeah, everything else in here is pretty lackluster besides the Chain Lightning. I definitely think that's the best. The best card. Afterlife's a very strong card as well, but we'll take the Chain Lightning. So I'm going to try to go a white-red strategy. It is one of the most played color combinations in the format. If you look at the statistics on MTG Goldfish, it also has one of the higher win percentages. Traditionally, I like to go black-red, so I'm liking that I am into red. Now, Sylvan Library is extremely powerful. We have a Drill Sergeant, which is nice for goblins if we do go over in the goblin strategy. We have a Fledgling Djinn, which is good for black. Now, I'm kind of wishing I would have gone into black at this point. And not too many other juicy cards in here. I might just take this 1/1 if I am going to go into like a creature aggro strategy. Or I just might take the Sylvan Library just because it's an awesome card, even though it's not going for much. There's a Findoran Elves as well. That's a Llanowar Elf or a Elvish Mystic. Same thing. We could actually take, but again, and I'm not set on white yet, so maybe I will take the Findoran Elves. And as I think it is the more powerful card. And now to me it seems like that green is wide open if a Baskling Root Wallet is still in the deck, and it's usually highly picked. There's Wild Mongrel is in the format, and so you have that combination. I'm a big fan of Carnophage. I've used it in the black-red strategy before. Oh, yeah, this Gustkulgar Harry is actually really good. So is Breath of Life. So anyway, you can untap him every time that he becomes blocked with an unfavorable block. So there's really no disadvantage to attacking in. And you can always kind of feign the combat trick. So I think I'll take the Gustkulgar Harrier. And I don't think I'll be going into Naya, but there's another Basking Ruwala. So there is Lightning Rift, which can be really good in a cycling deck, and there's plenty of cycling cards. We have a Soltari Trooper, which is very good, a 2/2 shadow, basically, when you attack. Nothing else in here, again, is too juicy. I think I will just take the Soltari Trooper. And now I'm really wishing I would have gone black and green, because we get this amazing Morbid card. Very, very good. The Griffin is actually amazing. One of the best, again, one of the best commons. So we are getting the white cards that we want. There's a counterspell still in here. That is surprising. But it's going to be the Mistmoon Griffin. And again, this guy, he reanimates anything back to the battlefield. When he dies, he return any, or the top creature. So I do have to set it up. But a lot of times it's really good if you get back, like a Beetleback Chief or anything in here is really good. So we could just pick Deathblade Elite. We can take this Secluded Step. It's not a bad card to actually cycle. Jungle Worm isn't bad, but again, I don't think we're going to be going at green at this point. Addle's actually a pretty good card. It's kind of like a Thoughtseize for 2. Deathblade Elite, though, I think is the right pick. Either that or Secluded Step, but I do want 1-drops, and I think I'll take it. Alrighty, so Prospector comes back to us. This is the pack we started with. So our rare is still in there too. I might just take this Rescind. I don't know if we want this Skirk Prospector. I mean, it's another 1-drop, and in this deck, maybe 1-drops are very powerful, and it is a Goblin, and we still could go into Goblins. So I'm going to take it. Nothing in here is very good. I guess that Benevolent Bodyguard's not too bad. Might end up playing it. We'll go ahead and take it. And again, I think Paralyze is actually the strongest card in here. Yeah, we'll just take the Paralyze. And nothing in here in our colors again, so it's either taking this Sacrifice an Artifact enchantment or just take the Temporal Fissure. We'll take Temporal Fissure. Spark Spray's fine, so is Breath of Life. And I think with Breath of Life, we do have some cards that are worth bringing back, so I think Breath of Life is going to be better than Spark Spray. And again, take the Temporal Fissure and the Urborg Uprising. So far with pack number 1, we got some good cards. Chain Lightning, Beetleback Chief, Mistmoon Griffin, and Battle Screech, but everything else was a little lackluster. Usually, for first pack, I'm not too impressed, but I'm hoping that this next pack, since we did cut our players to the left of us out of white, that we'll be past some pretty good white cards. Of course, we want some more Battle Screechers. We want the guy that basically has Warcry or Battle Cry. When he attacks, all creatures get +1/+1. So it's a Thawing Glaciers, foil Thawing Glaciers, which is, it's a good card, but it's not nearly as good as like another Chain Lightning here. Goblin Matron's actually good. Phantom Nomad is incredibly powerful because there is a combo with him that you get if you enchant him. He just prevents all damage from then on out if you get him anything bigger than a 0/0. But I'm thinking Chain Lightning is the way to go. I mean, there's some good cards for other strategies in here. Hermit Druid is amazing. But again, in a limited format, I don't know if it's the way to go. Tyrant's Choice is the black card I was talking about. This card is so underrated in limited. There was a draft that I got 5 of these, and it was just pretty much a good game. I actually got some Chain Lightnings with it as well. So I hate passing that up, but again, I don't think we can go into black at this moment. It's going to be Chain Lightning. So I'll take the Chain Lightning, call it good. All right, so Salt Flats, Mountain Valley. Curse Scroll is actually incredibly powerful. There is another Gus Cloak Harrier. I don't think that I can justify taking anything over Curse Scroll. I don't know what he picked over Curse Scroll. It looks like it's a common that he picked over it because we have the foil. No, it's going to be an uncommon he picked because the foil took the place of a common. So going to be Curse Scroll here. And there's a Rites of Initiation in there that goes really well in the strategy. Exile is good. Beetleback Chief, I think, is the obvious pick here. Reckless Charge is good. So it's going to be Beetleback Chief. And now we have plenty of tokens. We just need a way to actually pump up our tokens. But I'm really liking the deck. I mean, we got some great picks so far in this pack already. Another Thoughts Squadron. I mean, it goes in our strategy with tokens. But it's a little late. But in this pack, there really isn't anything besides the Beneless Trapper, which might get the nod because tapping down a creature is huge and limited. Thopter Squadron's a little bit late, but yeah, you eventually, I don't think you get enough value out of Thopter Squadron. You have to have stuff that can abuse it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Beneless Trapper. We will play it. I mean, it's very, very good. Goblin Ringleader is good if you can get enough goblins. Huge fan of it when a foil Tyrant Choice. We get up to 2 Tyrant Choices, which would definitely, and I might actually just, I might want it over Goblin. Goblin Ringleader is okay. We have 2 goblins, 3 goblins already. And Skirk Drill Sergeant comes back, we'll have another goblin. So I definitely think the Goblin Ringleader is the right choice. Again, I hate passing up another Tyrant's Choice because I would definitely splash black for Tyrant's Choice. It is that powerful. It is that good, especially 2 Chain Lightnings. We'll take the Ringleader. Now, Secluded Sharp's fine. Skirk Prospector's fine. And another Beneless Trapper, I believe, is going to be the right pick, as tapping down opponent's creatures is definitely the way to go. Aftershock is very good. It's creature removal. Goblin Commando is okay. Every time I've played with him, he just seems a little overpriced for what he does. The Radiance Judgments is actually very good. Let's see what this Flowstone. Discard a card, put a +1 counter on it. Gains flying, first strike, or trample. Not too shabby, but I don't think it's worth playing. A 6 mana casting cost in aggro deck is not worth it. So it's going to be between the 2 removals, which one I think is more powerful. And I do believe that Radiant Judgment, since I can cycle it in instant speed, is a little more powerful. So we're going to go ahead and take it. Goblin Settler's fine. We can destroy a land when it comes into play. Goblin General is pretty good with the goblins, and we actually do have plenty of goblins. See, Brilliant Halo is good to put on the Phantom, and now we could have 3 Tyrant Choices. I think that I really want to take this Tyrant Choice, and hopefully the other ones just wheel. Every time I played Goblin General, I didn't really like him, even though we do have 2 Beetleback Chiefs. I'm going to take the Tyrant's Choice. And if the other ones somehow, yeah, we get the other one. This is just ridiculous. I don't know that people understand the power of Tyrant's Choice with 2 Chain Lightnings, and maybe we even get the third one. So definitely gonna splash black here. Goblin Matron, of course, is really good. But I think that splashing Tyrant's Choice it's basically a huge sign that no one's into black. And if we can pick up a couple more, and Paralyze is great too. So depending if we get that foil Tyrant Choice, we'll see. But we did pass up that really good Goblin Matron, which can go get a Beetleback Chief, and that's perfect because turn 3 you play that, and turn 4 Beetleback Chief. But I mean, at this point, now that I'm into black as much as I am, I'm not 100% set on black. So it doesn't look like the other Tyrant's Choice. I think it was the next pack actually that had it. So Goblin Patrol's fine, or the Reckless Charge. And every time I played Reckless Charge, it's been a little bit lackluster. So I think Goblin Patrol is just a little bit better. So here, Spark Spray is really the only card that is good. Sun Strength's awesome card, but Spark Spray will actually be a nice little sideboard card. Secluded Disruptor, our Skirk Drill Sergeant's fine, and we get another one here. And a Giant Strength is always, it's decent. Giant Strength's not bad, but even those force picks were really good. That really puts us into red. And yeah, I'm kind of thinking I might have been a little bit greedy passing up those 2 goblins. But I mean, we have some pretty good cards already. Again, I'm really, really happy with our picks. So here is going to be Chain Lightning number 3, which our deck's getting nutty at this point. Zalfin Crusader's okay. I don't think it's a very good rare. People might disagree with me because you can redirect damage that happens to it, but at a cost. It's 2 mana, and in an aggro deck, you're going to be spending your mana each turn. So the obvious choice here is going to be the Chain Lightning number 3. Aftershock, Phantom Nomad, or Goblin Patrol coming back to us. Even Skirk Prospector is going to be playables. One of those I guarantee is going to be coming back, so we're going to take the Chain Lightning. And 3 Chain Lightning, that's pretty amazing in a limited deck. So if we get, again, more Tyrant choice, I might just end up cutting out white completely and going over this black-red. Our white's pretty good with the Gustcloak Harriers and the Battle Screech and the Mistmoon Griffin, but everything else is meh. I mean, it's something that can be easily replaced. I might just go for the money card here. It's worth a free draft, well, almost a free draft. So, and I do need these eventually if I do decide to make a Charl Belcher. I've been flirting around with a lot of storm decks. I mean, the right card to pick if you're actually in a huge tournament or whatnot would be this Beetleback Chief. But again, I can't pass up a free draft, so I'm going to take the free draft with the Lion's Eye Diamond. So Battle Screech is here. This is a definitely good card. There's also Benless Trapper, but Battle Screech is very, very overpowered in the format. Sphere of Resistance is okay. But it's definitely going to be the Battle Screech. I'm going to take the Battle Screech. Now, Blazing Spectre, this is actually a very, very good reason to go the Splash, because it definitely is a very powerful card. As Flying Haste, whenever it deals damage, you have to discard a card. But can I justify over another Beetleback Chief is the thing. And this is 2 more Beetleback Chiefs that I've passed up. Maybe those end up wheeling, I'm not sure, but I think Blazing Spectre is the right pick, and this will definitely put me into the 3 colors. Now I have to start thinking about putting any sort of fixers that I come across. So unfortunately, Caldera Lake is not the fixer we need. There's a Brainstorm in here. There's a Desert Twister. This is a pretty good pack here. We also have another Sultari Trooper, and I think a Sultari Trooper is just barely better than a Hulking Goblin. So we'll take the Sultari Trooper. And there we go. We got a Scabland. Scabland is great. Oh, there's a Ringleader, though. And with as many goblins we have, Ringleader might actually be the right pick. Another Radiance Judgment. We do need... I think a fixer at this point, though, if we're going to go into 3 colors, is the way to go. I think it's the only way to go. So I hate taking these cards over, but I think that we're okay with the amount of removal we have. So I'm going to take the Scabland. Now here, Sultari Emissary is fine. And, yeah, Sultari Emissary. And this Shelter is actually really, really awesome. I wish Shelter was actually in Standard right now, as it'd be the perfect card for Heroic. But Sultari Emissary is fine. We got a good little Shadow deck. Reckless Charge is fine. Sultari Trooper's fine. I still think it's going to be Sultari Trooper, even though Reckless Charge goes really good with these Shadow. And another Aftershock we might need at this point. I think Goblin Patrol, though, is a little bit more powerful. Maybe I think Aftershock's the right pick here. I think we have it. Well, we are an aggro deck, so I want to go the aggro. And we get the Aftershock right here anyway. So it's going to be fine. We'll take the Aftershock. You don't want too many of them in your deck. Secluded Sep's fine. I don't think any of the rest are playable, and this is actually something that can help our deck. And at this point, I don't know if I'll actually be splashing for the black. Maybe I will, just a few colors for Tyrant's Choice and Blazing Spectre. But we didn't really get any way to fix, and what we'd actually want was, instead of this being a red-white land, we'd want this to be black in it, as I think it's just a better splash in your off color than it is to have a land that actually adds for your 2 main colors. So anyway, we're going to take the Benevolent Bodyguard here, and Brilliant Halo's fine, and another Benevolent Bodyguard. And then this isn't bad, because this basically can give a guy unblockable. We have no way to pump up our guys, though, so I guess these Giant Strengths actually might be good, though, on our Shadow guys. But I highly doubt that we'll play them because they are double red. But I'm happy with what we drafted. Definitely happy with what we drafted. I think that we have a complete deck here. So I'm going to bring in the Chain Lightnings. I am going to splash in black for the Tyrant's Choice. I don't know if Paralyze is quite worth it. Blazing Spectre can come in. We'll take these 2 lands. Curse Scroll is amazing. I'm so glad we got that. So Skirk Prospectors we probably don't need. And Drill Sergeant, again, I think we're just going to splash a little bit for the red. And we're going to go more heavy on the white than we are on. Aftershock is a maybe. See, because we have Benevolent Bodyguards are actually pretty good. I think, I mean, tons of these little weenies that we could definitely. I think Brilliant Halo is actually pretty decent to put in this because when it goes to graveyard, it's a Rancor. It comes back and back and back and back. So Trappers are going to be better. Radiance Judgment we do need. I do like the Gust Cloak Harriers. Breath of Life is okay. It can get back like a Beetleback Chief. Mistmoon Griffin's fine. Battle Screech is great. I think this is going to be our... And then one more card, and then... Which is probably going to be an Aftershock. 12 creatures, though. Do we need more? I mean, I've got the Battle Screechers, though. It's going to be Aftershock, and I think we're going to play 17 lands. But, I mean, we could bring these in against slower decks. Against slower decks, we can really, really out-aggro them. But, I mean, I don't really think the 1/1s are necessary in here. And we could bring in Benevolent Bodyguard against anything that tries to kill creatures. Ringleader would be my only other choice, but not having as many goblins as we probably would want, I don't think that it's worth it. Same with Skirk Drill Sergeant or Goblin Patrol. So we're just going to add lands here. And go up on the swamps. We probably want 4 sources with swamps. And, yep, that looks good. We're going to save this and call it good. Well, looks like a pretty complete deck. I'm pretty happy with how we drafted. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.